Now, before we jump into today's video, I have a late Christmas present for you guys and something you've been asking me for a little while, and I've never really got around to it, but today I have. So down below in the description, there will be two links, and the first one will be a link to my Season 3 mod of my team, and the second link will be the most recent Season 4 of my team. So if you have F1 2020 on PC, you can only do this on PC, then feel free to download the links, guys, and you can drive as 97 Martini Racing in your own My Team save. And that is a bit of a late present from me to you, for those of you who have F1 2020 on PC. So give it a go, hopefully you enjoy it, and yeah, let's get into the video. Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to a brand new video here today, and some more F1 My Team, but not as we know it. So as you guys know, yesterday I uploaded a video, and if you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link up in the top right hand corner of the screen. But it was the finale, the final ever episode of My Team, and it was the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the last race of season number 4. And today we are here for what would be the off season between season 4 and season 5, and we're going to see what kind of things would have happened over the winter, what the R&D graph would have been at the start of season 5, and also a bit of a review, and also looking at, the results and whatnot of season 4. So a bit of a kind of, a recollection of stats, if you will, because I'm not too sure how good season 4 really was. So I'm looking forward to this in terms of seeing how good the year actually was. And I will be doing one more video with my team, guys, and it's going to be hopefully Austria. So we're going to try and skip onto Austria at some point, and I'll try and do a video where I try and get the sub 1 minute lap. That's going to be the aim. So hopefully we can get around to that at some point. If it's not going to be tomorrow's video, it'll be the day after. So there'll be one more My Team special for you guys. But until then, hopefully you enjoy this video. If you're going to enjoy it, leave a like, subscribe for more, and let's hop into the game and let's see what we would have done had we continued in the series. Well, this is it, home sweet home, the old menu as you can see, and we've got pretty much a lot of stuff saved up. We've got $70 million. That is before an end of season payout, nearly 3,000 R&D points, and the first thing we had to do was sponsorships. Now, of course, I would have probably renewed with these guys because cash flow isn't particularly an issue for me. And then in terms of teammate, I was quite happy with George. He was actually pretty competitive, 98 rated, a very, very strong driver. So I probably would have gone for George again, but there were other good options on the driver market as well. With that done, we then would have moved into the activities tab. Now again, these aren't as important anymore. These lost importance a long time ago. Realistically, there wasn't much to do here, and to be fair, the only thing that really mattered with this, in my opinion, was second driver training. Besides that, it doesn't really matter too much. So I would have just gone for a few of these kind of events and whatnot, just to kind of really just pad it out. Besides that, there's no other reason why. Then we would have gone onto the R&D table, because we could have made a few upgrades before the end of season, which is on the 11th of December, it looks like. So yeah, we're gonna go over there now. And we maxed out the powertrain, we maxed out the aerodynamics almost. We've got one more to do, and we've almost maxed out the chassis. So what I would have done is probably I would have gone for this ultimate aerodynamic upgrade, and I would have got that on the car. No rush on that one, of course. And that would have left us with just one more upgrade on the chassis, and that would be pretty much all the performance upgrades. We are waiting for this final engine upgrade, which would have been next season, but it's only fuel technology, which is not that important. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to quickly jump out and move into the calendar now. We're going to skip ahead to end of season. I could buy some facilities. Again, would I have bought some? I'm not sure. Is it that important? Again, realistically, no. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to spend a bit of money and get that level 3 on the marketing. We'll go for level 3 on quality control and resource point generation as well. Why not? And that leaves us with $15,000, which is just enough. So yeah, we're going to skip ahead to the end of season. So let's get into it. Now there we go. That is it for season 4. We're at the end of season. And it's worth noting, Valtteri Bottas has retired from Formula 1, therefore he's leaving a Mercedes seat open for another driver. We'll jump into that in a minute. Now we're going to move over to the standings tab. You can see we ended the season with 421 points, and we scored more points by ourselves than Mercedes, Red Bull and AlphaTauri. We would have won the Constructors had I been a one-man team. But as you guys pointed out in the comments, George Russell would have won the Constructors by himself as well, because he scored the exact same amount of points as Mercedes. So there you go. It would have been both of us winning the Constructors, even if it was just a one-man team. So that's how dominant we were in Season 4. We then moved to the season results. Now, with this one, as you can see, there's a pretty big spread, but most of the podiums do come from myself and George. It's pretty clear to see, and we've had most podiums and also first places, second places as well. So it's a pretty dominant season all round. We then look at the actual trophies though. Now last season we set the record. We got 14 wins last season, I believe, if we check real quick. So season 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah, 14 wins last season. This season we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, so 11 wins in season 4. So not quite as dominant, but, you know, a strong season. Season 3 was so dominant for us with the Mercedes engine. We were so powerful and competitive. But yeah, these last 2 years we have been on another level, and it just goes to show how good the car has been. And that's why I wanted to end the series, because, you know, even at the end of season 3 there was a big regulation change for season 4, and we still responded beautifully, and it wasn't much of an issue. So season 5 there's no regulation change in place, so, you know, it would have just been another dominant year and very predictable and boring, which is why I wanted to end the series. You know, I can't stand it when it's predictable and, you know, people know what's going to happen. So there you go, there are the wins for season 4. A really consistent season. We scored a podium in every single race except for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's only 5 races where we were not on the podium, which is incredible. So a really good run of form, and, you know, following up from season 3 quite strongly. So yeah, a very strong year, and I think with that we've seen all of it now, so we can jump into season 5. So there we go, job done. Let's see what changes over the winter. As always, we would have got the big acclaim boost that you always get at the end of the year. So we level up to level 20, George up to level 17, and as a team we fall just short of level 24, but, you know, a ridiculous 74% combined acclaim boost. We then get all the prize money from our primary sponsor Highland, and also the actual prize money for winning the championships, and you can see we're now back up to $75 million, so we're going to spend that in a minute. And then as a bit of a quick season review, yeah, sums it up really. 11 wins for me, 8 for George. To say there's only 22 races in a season, well, I say only, to say there's 22 races in a season, we won 19 of them. That is ridiculous. That's how quick we were. George, to be fair, won the pole trophy. He got 7 poles to my 4. The AI were always stronger than me in qualifying, so fair play on that one. But in the end, we won the championship. Here we are then, back in the office, and straight away, of course, we are going to go for some activities. Again, and to be fair, these are a bit different to the regular ones as they are pre-season activities. So a driver training camp would have been decent. You know, that really does help the driver out, the second driver in this case. But, you know, considering the upgrades we're making, I think probably one of these upgrades would have gone, you know, to do, and then after the car reveal we would have gone for a driver training camp. I think that would have been the best balance for us as a team. And we then move over to the R&D tab. Now, the first bit of news, the aerodynamic upgrade has arrived on the car, as you can see here. So we've now maxed out the aerodynamics. We have just under 1,000 R&D points, so we're going to try and purchase the chassis upgrade in a minute. But before we do, we go over to the facilities, and as you can see, marketing level 3 has arrived. So we've maxed out that department and also the chassis as well. So we're looking pretty decent in that area, but we're going to go ahead and throw on the final specifications for the durability department, powertrain as well. We're going to get that on there, and the aerodynamics as well. So there we go, we spend our money and we have maxed out every single department now, so we just skip ahead in time. But for now, all we can do really is we need to get a few more R&D points behind us, because until those points arrive we can't make any real upgrades. So we're going to go ahead and skip until we get a few more R&D points under our belt. Now, due to a game crash, because of a game crash last season, I was actually robbed of the car presentation videos. So just for the sake of, you know, missing out back then, we're going to show you guys the review of the car, even though we know how it looks, because it's by far the best livery I've ever made on an F1 game, I think, and I really love how the Season 4 car looked. So let's reveal it, and let's see what the video would have been last year. Now, I'm not sure where this came from, but after the car reveal, we've just pulled in a massive haul of R&D points, 4,100 R&D points. So we are going to go ahead and spend those right now. So we are going to go and get this on the car. I could rush it, again, kind of pointless. So we'll just get a standard development that will arrive after Bahrain, and then we've still got a few points left over, so we're going to go ahead and dash on a couple of other upgrades. I'm probably going to go for a major reliability one, because we may as well spend those points on something a bit more important. So we're going to go for, I think, this one here, the MGUH. We'll get that on the car, and that leaves us with, once again, no points. One more thing we can do as well is our driver perks. So if we go over here, we're maxed out. I'd love to give George some more, so it's a shame we can't do that. I wish that's a feature for next year we could do, because it'd be nice to max out the second driver and give him, you know, maximum abilities. But that's it. We can't spend any more money realistically. We've got all the perks, we've got all the facilities, and those upgrades are about to arrive in 2 days' time. So let's skip ahead and let's move into Australia. Well, there we go, guys. We are ready for Australia, or we would be ready for Australia had we continued. But now we've got to kind of address the elephant in the room. So, number one, on facilities, you can see they're all maxed out, which is insane. But Bottas retired at the end of Season 4, so what would have happened had we stayed on for another year? So we're going to jump over to the driver market. And at Mercedes, it would have been Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. I wish that would have happened sooner. That is an incredible driver lineup, and it's a shame that the driver transfers were so boring and so bland, you know, for 4 years. But that would have been an absolute mazzoline of a lineup. You know, that gets me excited. And you know, if Mercedes actually did more upgrades and had a more competitive car, we might have a fight on our hands, because you know, 295 rated drivers, that's pretty incredible. So that's a bit of a shame. It does hurt a little bit that we didn't get to see that, but unfortunately, you know, I gave it 4 years and it didn't happen. At Ferrari, Sebastian Vettel, Charles Leclerc remain, with Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly also remaining at Renault. Danny Kvyat at AlphaTauri, his teammate is Mr. Lance Stroll, as you can see here. At Red Bull, it's Alexander Albon and his new teammate. Let's have a look to see who it is. It would have been Nobuharu Matsushita. So a bit of a disappointing one there, to be fair. I expected a bit of a stronger replacement for Max Verstappen, but there you go. So Matsushita in the Red Bull, of course, Japanese driver, with a Honda Power unit. We then look at Sergio Perez, who would have stayed at Racing Point. Sainz and Norris as well haven't changed places. So to be fair, nothing else really changed. It was a bit of a weird transfer, but everyone else stayed where they were. So a bit of a shame, really. You know, again, you expect a bit more movement, you know, with the driver market when you look at some of these options in terms of the F2 drivers. So that's a bit of a shame. I really wish they'll fix that for next year, because there's a few, you know, boring transfers. Like, realistically speaking, it would have been pretty cool to see something different, like maybe even Lance Stroll heading to AlphaTauri, for example, to Red Bull, sorry, or Kvyat back to Red Bull. That would have been pretty decent, to be fair. So yeah, can't complain. Verstappen at Mercedes, but besides that, nothing else really happened. And then finally, before we cap things off and end this video, this is my kind of driver review. So my standings altogether after 4 seasons: 2 Drivers' Championships, 2 Constructors' Championships, 10 pole positions, 1,255 points in total, 30 race wins, 45 podiums, average finish P5 in the race, average grid position in qualifying P12, over 20,000 kilometers driven, 25 fastest laps, and 3,433 laps driven. I feel like I should have done that on a Christmas Carol, because that would have been pretty decent. But anyway, there's our overall stats, and yeah, what a season and what a year. But one last thing to show you before we end off the video is going to be the R&D graph. As you can see, we are clear out front, by far the most dominant team in Formula 1. AlphaTauri, to be fair, the line is very dark, but they've overtaken Mercedes. It seems to have taken a pretty strong step forward over the winter. Mercedes dropped to 3rd. Ferrari, Racing Point, and Red Bull form the upper part of the midfield, with Alfa Romeo, McLaren, and Renault forming the lower half, and then Williams at the bottom, just ahead of Haas. So there you go. That would have been the performance heading into Season 5. But guys, that's going to be it for this video here today. And down below in the description, guys, there will be a link, and if you guys click it, you will be able to download my entire Season 4 mod package. So you guys that are on PC, if you want to use my car or my team save, then you feel free to do so, because it's all down below in the description. Give it a go, let me know what you think, and hopefully you like it. And also, I'm going to leave, I think I'm going to leave the Season 3 one in there as well, so you're going to get 2 different versions of my team save. So hopefully, guys, like it and have good fun with it. But yeah, that is it. That's going to be a really, really good, fun series, guys. It's been so important for my channel. We've gained so many subscribers this year because of it, and I'm hoping that 2021 is a bigger and better year, and my team in 2021 is even stronger. So, guys, I can't say much more. Just I'm extremely thankful. I want to give you guys a massive shout out and say thank you very much. If you're watching up until now, if you could drop a like on the video, that would really help me out, and subscribe for more, as I'm closing in on 55,000 subs, and that would be awesome to hit that target by the end of the year. And finally, guys, check out the 2 videos that you'll see on screen right now. Let me know what you think. Bit of a random one, to be fair, and that's going to be the kind of theme from now on, a bit of more random kind of fun content on the channel until we return with more career mode very soon. But until then, guys, take care, and I'll see you all next time.